know she feeling my aura. I'm a dirty dog and girl, I won't lie. She winds her waist, I control her dreams. With Ferrari, Bentleys and Rovers D. Paradise, bitch, I'm swaggy. When I'm in it, yeah, she call me pappy. Full back, I might hit the floor. So double dab, yeah, I'm dabby.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna give you a little brief explanation of what actually was going on that day, which was actually yesterday night now. So what happened was, I was going with my dad to record some stuff for my music video. On our way there, we saw a construction site. Looked pretty cool to go and record. It was like, you know, like scaffolding of like a building or something. I don't know the exact word. So we go there, we had to drive through a little bit of an area like where some people lived. We jumped over a fence, carried the camera and the tripod over. I gave it to my dad, looked around for a little bit. I left the bags by the stairs, for the bags for the camera and for the tripod. I think that was the worst mistake, but of course we had no idea what was gonna happen. So whilst we start recording, my dad went up on one part, like over here somewhere if you're looking at it, and then I was over here. The camera bags were in between us on the floor. You start recording, as you're starting to see, or you might be starting to see, there is some police lights. Before I get into that, let me explain it. The police actually already came. They came into the area, we noticed them. I think they didn't realize where we were or where the construction site was, because the police car came around but it disappeared, and then it came back around, and the second time it came around and I could see the lights and I could see them getting closer. Unfortunately my dad stopped recording. I had to literally run down the stairs and I had to run around the back of the construction site, run along the side behind these trucks and stuff, sneak up the stairs to meet my dad because the police were there. So we're waiting for about, I don't know, half an hour or so, waiting for them to leave, and they wouldn't leave. We started thinking, oh, you know, maybe we should have actually just gone out, because, you know, we wouldn't really get in trouble, you know, if we just stayed to them just making a music video, that sort of thing. You know, people being in a construction site, they have no idea what we could have been doing. For all they know, that we could have been like planting bombs there or something. You never know. They had no idea that we were just recording a music video, but we didn't want to get caught just because we didn't want to have to put up with it. So we're there for about half an hour, just sitting there, and then we see these really big lights, like in movies when there's a big crime scene and you see these really big lights and they shine up the whole thing. They were shining up the whole place. It was mad. Like, we just had to sit there, and then after about an hour of,
God, how has this happened?
Waiting, we saw backup. We saw another police car coming from around the corner. They came over. They weren't leaving, man. They were taking this seriously. They park up by the other ones. My dad was still looking behind this thing. He could see that there was the first 2 policemen, and then I think he said there was another 2 or 3 cars. All of a sudden we start hearing a dog barking very loud, and we can hear the fence sounding like someone was, like, I don't know, ripping up the fence or trying to break the fence or something, because of course they haven't got access to the key, or the construction site manager or whatever they're called. They have the keys. So we hear this police dog. We look through this little gap in the floor. My dad said he saw the dog inside of the construction site. He saw it come in. So now we had a damn dog chasing us. Imagine, I have this camera, which isn't even mine, it belongs to the college, and we had a big, like, 50-pound worth tripod. So then I'm thinking, okay, what are we gonna do, because the bags are downstairs. The whole time I was thinking that I can't get them because the dog's there and the police is there. I was like to my dad, what are we gonna do? But you see, my dad's cool. He's not like someone who's just like, oh, let's just confess. My dad was like, you know what? We're gonna have to leave and come back. There was some tall wall with some like parts sticking out that we could climb up. My dad put the camera on top of this metal plate thing. We climbed up the wall. I picked up the camera, passed it over to him. We jumped over and we jogged out of the area. That's when I saw the neighbor who called the police on us. There's like a tall apartments or flats building right next to it, and there was a guy staring for ages when I was climbing over that thing. Pretty sure I heard him shout or something when we got out. I'm pretty sure. But once we got out, we walked all the way around the place, and when we came back round, there was no one there. So what we did was we went back to the place where we came out. My dad jumped over the fence. He got my stuff, came back. I was so glad that he had a tripod bag and the stuff, because it doesn't even belong to me, and the camera charger was in the other bag. So glad that my dad had them. So we go back towards the car. We were contemplating if I should stand at like the top of the area and my dad should get the car on his own, or if we should both go. But in the end we both went, as I'm sure you saw. Guys, it was a crazy experience. I've never had police dogs looking for me before. I wanted to record the police trying to get in to get more proof for you guys, but it was too risky. They were looking around. They had their big light. Where we were hiding at one point, the lights were behind us. They were shining the lights behind us, so they could have been coming behind us. We had no idea, so we just had to stay alert, and we had to forget about recording because we didn't want to get caught. If you haven't added me on Snapchat and Instagram, they're on the screen right now, so make sure you do that. It's been your boy Punch Warrior. Please like, please subscribe, and peace.